It began with a single bullet and ended with a world on fire. Empires collapsed, millions died, and humanity entered the age of modern warfare. This is the story of World War I, the war to end all wars. June 28, 1914, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and his wife Sophie were visiting Sarajevo. It was supposed to be a peaceful day, but destiny had other plans. A young Serbian nationalist, Gavrilo Princip, stepped out of a crowd, pulled out a pistol, and fired 2 shots. The Archduke and his wife were dead. That assassination set off a chain reaction. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia. Russia backed Serbia. Germany backed Austria. France and Britain joined to defend their allies. Within weeks, the entire world was at war. In August 1914, German troops marched through Belgium, heading for France. Britain declared war on Germany for violating Belgian neutrality. What was meant to be a short conflict became a nightmare that lasted 4 years. The first major clash, the Battle of the Marne, stopped the German advance. Both sides dug trenches that stretched from the North Sea to Switzerland. The world entered a new kind of war, trench warfare. Life in the trenches was hell. Mud, rats, lice, freezing rain. Soldiers lived among corpses, waiting for orders that would send them over the top. When the whistle blew, men charged into machine gun fire, mowed down by bullets in seconds. The land between trenches became known as no man's land, a graveyard of barbed wire and blood. In 1915, Germany unleashed a new horror: poison gas. Clouds of chlorine rolled across the battlefield, burning lungs and eyes. Mass became the difference between life and death. The war spread beyond Europe. Battles raged in Africa, the Middle East, and the Pacific. Millions from colonies were forced to fight for empires they barely knew. At sea, Germany's U-boats hunted Allied ships. In 1915, one torpedo sank the Lusitania, killing over 1,000 civilians, including Americans. The world was horrified. World War I was the birth of modern warfare. Tanks rolled across trenches for the first time. Airplanes clashed in deadly dogfights. Machine guns, artillery, and bombs redefined destruction. In 1916, the Battle of the Somme became one of the deadliest battles in history. Over 1 million casualties. Entire generations were lost. By 1917, both sides were exhausted. Russia collapsed into revolution. The United States entered the war after repeated German aggression. With fresh American soldiers and supplies, the Allies launched a massive counterattack. Germany was pushed back on all fronts. By late 1918, the Central Powers were collapsing. Bulgaria, the Ottoman Empire, and Austria-Hungary surrendered. In Germany, riots erupted. The Kaiser fled. On November 11, 1918, the guns finally fell silent. The armistice was signed. The Great War was over. But peace came at a price. Over 16 million dead, 21 million wounded, entire nations destroyed. The Treaty of Versailles blamed Germany, demanding reparations that would cripple its economy. The world promised, never again. But bitterness and anger grew in the ashes. Within 20 years, the seeds of a new war began to sprout. World War I changed everything: politics, technology, and the human soul. It showed the world both the brilliance and the brutality of mankind. The war to end all wars became the beginning of the modern world.